Hello and happy Wednesday. I'm First Alert Meteorologist Devin Thomason here in the Weather Center, giving you another beautiful blue sky day and for your Wednesday. We do have a few changes in store for today, just a very tiny few, and that is the fact that a cold front is working its way through the region right now, but it's barely doing anything. It's dropping our temperatures by a few degrees, and it's also dropping our humidity even more in for the day today. Overall, though, it's still going to be very toasty here for the most part still, with highs in the upper 80s. We'll get to that a little bit later. But ahead, pretty quiet around here. It's going to be staying warm, but don't worry about the humidity too much, at least. So that'll be good news for around here. We'll have some cooler nights potentially in store for next week. And I will say, the lows into the 60s have been nice so far this week, and that continues on in for the rest of this work week. All right, I've zoomed out the satellite to show you. This is not just an Arklatex thing, but this is throughout most of the country. We're dealing with very quiet weather for the most part over most of the continental United States, quite frankly. Got a high pressure that is so massive that it's protecting most of the states entirely. We got a little bit of wet weather way up to our north on the northern edge of the states there, but overall, I'm not seeing much in terms of wet weather even coming close to the Arklatex over the next several days. So future track will be quite quiet around here, but keep in mind, again, this doesn't just show rain, this also shows cloud cover, and there's not going to be much of it for both today and tomorrow at least. And for the feels like temperatures over the next several days, we'll have temperatures down into the mid-80s here for today. For the feels like temperatures, same case for tomorrow. Do have a slight increase in the temperatures heading into the weekend, mainly heading into Friday, it looks like. And even then, temperatures are staying right around 90 degrees for the peak in the afternoon. So it'll be definitely very warm, but not the worst. Especially when it comes to summer standards. All right, first alert. We have your first alert look on the tropics here with Hurricane Kirk. That's on the left-hand side. Have another area of interest behind Hurricane Kirk as well. But both those are not our concerns. In fact, they're not even expected to make any U.S. impact. This is our concern. Area of interest in the Caribbean Sea. It's going to move into the Gulf of Mexico over the next several days, and it still has a 40% chance of forming. We'll keep you first alert in the time being. If it does form, it looks like it might be a weak system, and it looks like it'll move into Florida. We'll still see, though, still plenty of time to see exactly how this pans out. So, 7-day forecast, do have a slight chance of rain in store for the weekend, actually. 10% chance, mainly in for our southern counties and parishes, which could get a stray shower from some rain heading into southern Louisiana. But overall, highs remaining in the upper 80s, maybe low 90s, all the way through the weekend, and then got a little cool down in store heading into the middle of next week.